Hello, hello. Um, Not much to say prior to the run. Although I will say this much, I did actually do a run prior to this. I have a recording. It was a win with white. But I didn't find the run too intriguing, so I'm just gonna do another run here. And what I tried to do in that run was I was just trying to gamble for the, what do you call it, the Desecrated Shrine module throughout the whole run, and I just couldn't get it, so it just became a normal boarding death ball run, where the boarding itself wasn't even engaging. Alright, anyways, Relic B. What do we have here? What's good about this ship? So there are a couple things good about this ship. They're not too good, but they are nice. First thing is missile template. Just having, well, not really the missile template. The missile system is nice. The template itself is just a slightly better Gladius. It's kind of just what it amounts to. But yeah, it's a nicety. It's not like game-changingly good. But having missile bay like out of the system pool just to start out is nice. You'll be more prone to getting something like Hull Reaper and Shield Charger early on. Second thing about this ship that's good, you start with Drain Strength. This is very good for boarding, particularly with more marginal crew members. And by that I mean like lower HP crew members that kind of struggle to do boarding if you can't preserve their HP. Because like you'll do boarding fine one fight, but they'll take so much damage that you can't do it the next fight. What Drain Strength helps you do is preserve your HP, and in some cases allows you to board into things you previously wouldn't be able to. Now, that's about all that does, and it is nice. Next thing, though. The Summoners. Now, the Summoners are... they're good, but I wouldn't say they're, like, fantastic. And I do want to make that differentiation, because, like, I'll talk about how these Summoners are good for this ship, but the ship is kind of built, like, with the intent that they're very, like, pretty good when they're not. So there's some like level of I don't know how to put it exactly, but you do need to be like realize that while I will talk about these being good, they're not going to like make the ship very good, because this ship overall isn't that strong. This is a pretty like D tier-ish kind of ship. But here's what's good about these guys here. And it's so, like, for possessed ships, having, like, ghouls from Necromancer are very good at, like, just summon them into possessed ship, they'll sabotage the systems, and that's about kind of where it ends. Like, you'll just summon them into more empty demonic ships, and you'll just be fine. Now, like, it'll do some good damage on it. Now, there are other things, like, the Rot Spawn aren't good into it. Like, you still summon them into the possessed ships, but they have a suffocation weakness. And also, ghouls against normal ships, early on it's fine. Like, it's pretty, like, okay early on. Like, it does a good damage. It's not game-changing, but it will chip crews over time. Well, that in of itself is game-changing on these early crews where it does it fast enough, where it does have sizable impact pretty early into the fight. Whereas with some later enemies, this kind of strategy with normal like ghouls and whatnot tends to struggle a lot. And like it means that these summoners kind of fall off in like Sector 2, Sector 3. Where like Sector 1 they're fine, Sector 2 they're getting worse, but they're still contributing. By Sector 3 usually, most fights they're not doing a lot. Some fights they will be. Unless if you have something else to like compound with them. Which is, you know, like most things, like boarding, you want something to compound with it to make it even better. But like there's not a lot that makes ghouls better. Like boarding support doesn't really make ghouls that much better because they have such low DPS. They're really built around being expendable, and that nature kind of just makes them poor at, like, actually doing stuff. Like, what boarding would do is say, like, you would sabotage weapons and get, like, 2 damage down in these early fights. Like, that's what boarding could do, but what these ghouls do is they just kind of chip the crew over time. They don't really do a lot of system damage. Unless if you have, like, a module, in which case you'll do pretty good system damage because they just have... You're spawning a lot of health and DPS into their ship. Now... Alright, let's just Deathbolt that and kill them. Alright. And that's about where the summoners end. Like, they're okay, and they have some situations where they're very good, but outside of, well, some situations, there's like one situation, it's with modules. Like either Demonic Module, or more specifically the Obscene Organ or Desecrated Shrine. Aberrant Conduit isn't that great with them. And the other thing is Terminus Bands. Terminus Bands is also pretty nice. And they both kind of do the same thing where they just chip crew over time. It's just the difference is the Demonic Modules have the potential of like killing the crew and then you stay around to sabotage, whereas the Terminus Bands is guaranteed to deal like 10 damage to everything in the room per summon. So both are good in their own ways for summons, but yeah. It doesn't really carry the ship. What you kind of have to crutch on the ship is when you get boarding, you have to drain strength on the old board with Commander and usually some other crew member. And that is good enough to get you by for like Sector 2, Sector 3 with boarding. Combining that with your summons makes it pretty nice to go for. Because, like, say you have Graviton along with like 2-man boarding with your commander, and then you have drain strength. What you can do is board your 2 crew members, however you are doing it. Have the casters going. You'll be boarding into like weapons or shields or something. And then what you'll do is you can like Graviton either before the summons cast and for your boarding crew, or after the summons come, and then you can like use that so like they go, you attract them to like say a 2x2 with your boarding crew, even if it's 2 crew members with like just the boarding crew. And then what you do is you like cast the summons elsewhere, and then you'll Graviton, and then you'll recall, and then you'll let the summons like sabotage some rooms. It's good on some ships, not good on others. It kind of depends on the proximity of where you're boarding compared to what you're actually trying to destroy with sabotage damage. It can be nice, not always workable though. Putre. Double Putre. Alright. Another little advantage of this ship is that you do have, like, 3 shots, 1 power starting out on the ship. Now I have 4 shots, 3 shots, 2 power. Now I have 4 shots, 2 power. I could get 6 shots, 3 power. Wait, that's kind of fun. I want to do that. And like, you can get really efficient weapon setups with this, which is nice. Like, Future Factor 2 is an efficient weapon. It is 2 shots, 1 power. It is about on the slower side at 17 seconds. Compared to Retributor at 16, it's slightly slower. It's not that bad, but it is noticeable. I'm gonna go Blood Cult here. Now, like, it does fall into the same issue that Interdictor C has, where 2 power in weapons starting out is not great. For the reason that if you get boarded, it's not boarded, if you take damage into your weapon system, kind of lose a lot of your firepower, and like that's kind of still true right now, where if I take 1 damage into my weapon system, I'm losing 2 shots, which is a lot of firepower reduction. And I'll put that into Siege Beam. I won't use my Death Bolt here, I don't need to. Cuscus to prepare that. And let's put that into shields. Get the kills there. Okay, I should just put it into weapons then. Alright, let's put 4 into shields and then 2 in there. Good. You kill that. You can do that. Yep, okay. Didn't matter. What I should have done is either cast it immediately into weapons or just never cast it. Should be more mindful. I keep saying that. And then I don't do it ever. Alright, raid the convoy, 11 munitions. Okay. Would be, so... I would like a different missile template. I would like something like Rift Bomb. That would be great. This isn't really a good shop, honestly. I think I'll just take the Planetary Fortress, because, like, yeah, I could roll for modules and then get, like, Desecrated Shrine, oh my gosh. Or Terminus Bands, holy. But, like... It's not really that good all that much. Like, ship armament is okay. Consumables is nice. Then modules can be good, and can also just be nothing. So it's a little dependent, and I do need scrap, so I'll take the Planetary Fortress. Oh, it's Death Cult, nice. So I can get some crew out of this. Now I will have to claim with ghouls for some of these chests. And then I can Infiltrator, deploy Witch there. Alright. So I'm gonna get a Noxious here. And we'll claim these two for nearly free. What I can do, if anything, is I'm gonna save my armaments, and what I'll do is I'll just fire it as I get into the room. Like, I'll do it here. 6 scrap. And then I'll just fire 4 into here because I don't need any more, and then go up there. Yeah, okay, you claimed. And then you claimed. Borg! Hello. Well, at least I have boarding now, I guess. Well, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting to get Borg there. I didn't really want you. I wanted this to be a bit more marginal, but now I have Borg, so it's like, okay. Borg on itself isn't gonna, like, carry the run. I do still need equipment, so maybe I'll try to do some, like, subpar equipment, like one good piece of equipment or two, and then see how I can make that work. But at least with Borg, now what I can do is I can consistently, like, death bolt the room that I want to, like, put damage onto. And then just recall Borg. Because Borg's not going to be doing a lot of actual boarding early on. At least this early on. He's just going to be doing some, I guess, guerrilla tactics, where he'll board, he'll allow Death Bolt to do some damage, and then he'll just leave. Like, that's what I imagine is going to be happening. These ghouls are going to do some pretty nice damage. Alright, and then I'll just... Oh, I should have fired this here. Oh, I did. I thought I fired it into O2 by accident. Alright, 22 scrap. Pretty good. Let's move on. 20 hull, so I will go to a shipyard, get that back. That's not threatening, but not good either. Alright, drain strength here. And then death bolt. Ooh, you kill this guy. And then leave. It'll take some damage, but it's not that bad. Like, I don't imagine a lot of these enemies will be having combat house crew this early on. And if it does, I can still crouch on this armament system pretty well. This armament is very strong if I can just keep it online. So I really do want to find shield charger and upgrade my shields to level 2 when I can. Well, not when I can, but rather when it's good to. Like, this early on, I don't want to yet, because I don't, like, I want scrap for those upcoming shops. Like, I don't want to just get level 2 shields now, which would be nice, and then miss out on shield charger, you know? So I'm going to be doing that. Now, both of these have 1 DPS, so I'll just, I don't know, do a little bit more damage. He's not taking a lot of return, so it's okay to do that. Alright. I'm really liking this armament system. It hits very hard because all of them are timed pretty much at the same time. Like, it's a pretty good timing armament where you're not really wasting cooldown by like one weapon having a faster cooldown than the other. I'm gonna take the Hound there. Munitions aren't really useful, and, you know, anti-boarding is nice. I don't really have many good anti-boarders on this ship. Like, I have Borg and Witch now, but that's it. So I kind of have to crutch on Drain Strength to do anti-boarding, and the Hound will help out a little bit. Alright, let's board into shields. Might get Drain Strength there. Yeah, there it is. But that's okay. I'm here to do that. Alright, let's interrupt you. And then, because it's a 16-second cast, I'll put the Retributor into that room and should disrupt. And then I'll put the other two elsewhere. That sucks. Y'all will repair shields. You're all poison immune, so it's fine. That's not how you do that. I do want to get my shields up as soon as I can. Maybe I can, like, avoid one more damage from the asteroid. Yep, exactly. Alright. Neat. Don't have anyone on armaments right now. It's gonna take a while to get back there. Ooh, Chaos Armor. I'll put that on Witch. Chaos Armor is really good for Witch, because Witch doesn't have the best base HP for our commander. Systems equipment. That's tempting. I do want Shield Charger. I'm gonna be leaning more into my armaments this run. So I don't want to just, like, focus boarding and then just get... Oh my gosh. Well, we're getting Shield Charger to support armaments, that's for sure. And just not take damage. But... do I get... well, do I get a Heavy Translocator? Of course I do. It's good. The issue is I don't have someone who can use it yet. So I could do some boarding with Mortitrician, which will be... that's like... Mortitrician is, like, not a good boarder, but he works. Like, on this ship at least, where you have a Pathogenic Recycler for plus 10 HP. 35 HP is kind of like at the low point of, like, what kind of HP do you want for a boarder, because... like, you can work with maybe even 25, but, like, anything less than 25 and you're just... you're very easy to kill. It's very easy to kill your crew, and they'll probably just be detracting from your boarding rather than adding to it. This event always attacked the Imperial ship, I believe. If you attack Imperial, I forget what happens if you attack Imperial, but if you attack the... oh, sorry, if you attack the War Cult. But, if you attack Imperial, what will happen is you will get, not always, but some portion of the time you'll get a free armament. And that's free stuff is always nice. It has the potential to be very, very good scrap. Now, I will probably have the Shield Charger, so I'll just keep that in the back. Yep, there we go. Oh, not keep that in the back, keep it powered so I can do it. Now, I am going to wait for Shield Charger. I could have likely broken through Shield Charger with this amount of fire coming at the same time, but I'm not going to go for it. Good damage and Strain Strength. Okay, so I did kill 3. I think actually I killed 2. Because I did 3 picks of damage in there. And then I Drain Strength 1. Moralizer. Okay, yeah, free armament. Good scrap. 30 scrap's always good. So I got 65-ish total from that. Yeah, 65. Correct the error. Resources must be optimized. Proceed without hesitation. I could get another Borg from the mini-boss. Although mini-boss isn't in a good spot. Yeah, I will go crew this time. Been slacking on it. I do want a tool slack, remember, to put the Heavy Translocator on. Another Borg? I could, I could use engineer with heavy translocator. I've done that before, and it works. It doesn't work badly. I'll say that much, but it's not good. You do want armor on him, but yeah, I can just use Marshall. Marshall's the obvious choice. I'm happy with this. This isn't like insane boarding yet. It's not like bad boarding either. I'm relying on base stats here. Like, I don't have any weapons, so I'm just relying on base stat, which means my boarding crew quality is good, but my boarding quality is bad, if that makes sense. Like, I have very poor equipment quality, which makes my boarding overall pretty bad. Alright, I could sell the Fiend for the heavy dark plate, and that would be good on Marshall. But armor isn't traditionally thought of as good to buy. I can also just put the Chaos armor on you, and then you'll be at 80, and then Witch will be the new lowest HP. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, that's more than fine. Okay. Now, what I did mention earlier, Drain Strength, will come into play pretty noticeably here, where I'll preserve my HP using it pretty effectively. Alright. Took a bit of damage, but not too much. Alright, do we have Shield Charger on here? No. But we do have Cyber Priest going into shields. Thank you. I didn't want that. Yeah, no weapons. Doesn't feel great. So this boarding has the potential to be very strong. I just need the proper equipment for it. I'm not gonna look for equipment because I don't want this to become a boarding death ball. I don't want to just... Ironically, I don't want to get lucky and just find, say, like, Plasma Thrower and then, I don't know, Soul Thresher and, like, Xenon's Blade or something. Like, I don't want to get the boarding too strong. I want it to be, like... I want it to be difficult to board into stuff. Because difficult boarding is, at least in my opinion, I find it engaging. But if you want to make your boarding party as strong as possible, at this point what I would do is I'd look for... Ideally, I would look for a system shop with equipment, because I want systems and I also want equipment, so look for a system shop with equipment. But if you can't find that, then I would prioritize systems first here, and then go for equipment. Offer protection. Sadly, I don't have a raider or a war cultist there. Both of those have gold events where you'll train them and you'll get something in addition, and it's nice. If you do war cult, you'll get a free Corsair, and if you do the raider one, you'll get what was it? You get repair patches. I don't need to be on this ship. I can just leave. Alright, let's summon these guys. Should have done it earlier, but here's the thing with the summons. Once you do get boarding, you kind of you don't really need them anymore. Because sometimes, like, Rot Spawn can interfere with your crew if you're still boarding by the time they come on. Oh, ooh, free negotiate. Like, yeah, like, it can be actively inhibiting sometimes. Because, like, Rot Spawn will blow up near your boarding crew and then you'll get poisoned by your own spell, cast. But yeah, it can be a little bit annoying, but if you're mindful about where you place things, it's fine. This is a 2-member crew, so I'll just drain strength and put you here, and then I just don't take any damage from this. Because, yeah, drain strength is very strong. Okay. Yeah, asteroid field. I'll take a husk from one of these shipyards. I'm happy with that. Alright. I'll do another drain strength here. Put it on the Cyber Priest, that's nice. And then Borg will tank, he has the most HP. I'm gonna save Death Bolt until now, so I can put it onto this guy. And yeah. Alright, ghouls can do this. Yeah, it is. It's a little of a shame that this game kind of just becomes a boarding death ball sometimes. Like, it is fun, but it's more so a consequence of, like, the game's difficulty. Like, with this being inherently RNG-based, it means, oh, systems like watches equipment, that's like a really good shot. But, like, with this game being inherently RNG-based, it means, like, it's kind of hard to balance things so that it's always hard. Because you'll get some runs, in fact, I'd say most runs, you'll get something strong, and then you can, like, completely, like, build around that. Like, in this case, I'm kind of doing this with drain strength and boarding. And then I just have really good boarding early on, so these early sectors feel very easy, but then other runs, you'll be so far behind, you're gonna thank the game that the game's not harder at this point in the run. So it's like, it's very hard to make it always difficult in every run. And when you play well, at least with shops, and just like realizing the inherent value and everything in these shops, and the random stuff you get, it's a lot easier to do a lot of these events and combats. Like, it kind of becomes a situation where if you can kill an enemy, you usually can kill it easily, and if you can't kill an enemy, you just have to run or you're dead. Yeah, I don't know which of these I'm going to. Both are good. Like, I could go here and get a Borg, which is good, but I don't really want a boarding death ball, so I'm gonna go up here. I think that's logical. Okay. Well, I don't want an extreme boarding death ball. And by that, I just, you know, not to the point where I can just board into weapons and do literally no micro and always win. Alright. I'll stop harping about that. It's probably a bit annoying. Alright. Penetrator. I like that weapon. I like that weapon. No, I don't. Penetrator's not a good weapon. Penetrator is thunder, but it pierces one level of shields. Which is like, okay. Why not you just disable shields? And not have that issue. Like, Thunder's, Penetrator's penetration ability usually doesn't come into play that much. But there is, like, something it does. Oh my gosh. I have to get it. But there is something that does well, and that is, I could use it. I'll keep it around. I don't need the scrap yet. But, like, there's one thing it does. And that is, if you're doing, like, a fusion charge or heavy ion lance into 4-level shields, Penetrator can do the last 2 damage you need to disable shields and then enable everything else completely. Say if, like, they have shield charger, you heavy ion lance, and then you Penetrator, it's fine. It's nice. But usually you should have something to deal 2 damage to shields before you put the ion or fusion on. Or with fusion, it can be after. Yeah. And then it's just not an issue. But, you know, it's there. Penetrator has that going for it. So it's kind of like an anti-mistake weapon, where if you accidentally misorder it, it's fine. Both of these are special sectors. Both of these have ruins 85% of the time. And both of these are, well, because they are special sectors, are quite long. They're the counterparts of each other, Infernal Sea and Maw. And I have no choice here, so it's like, sure, Maw. Because both of those sectors are identical, and as far as I know, both of the choices then on are also identical. They're all, like, it could be anything. Any Warzone, at least. Quest nodes right here. Oh, and that's what I'm talking about, hugging the wall. You'll get quest nodes that are more tendency to be in line with your pathing. Now, it could have generated here, because that is in my path, but it couldn't have generated up here, which if I gone here and got it, then it could have generated it in any of these nodes, whereas here it can't generate on the top. Alright, go shop. And get Hull Reaper? Damn, I was hoping. Yeah. No, nothing's good here. I could get Saber, which is like Rift Bomb, but doesn't do the breach. I don't know. Let's upgrade shields. Okay, yeah, I know. I'm selling this. I want my scrap. Okay. Oh, I could have sold this instead and kept it. Yeah. Right. Antimatter bomb isn't really good. Alright. Ruins. Now, if you don't have boarding, you can just get cucked out of certain chests. Like, I can't get this chest. There's no way of me getting this chest through infiltration. Actually, yeah. Through infiltration points, I can't get this one. Now, thankfully, through infiltration, I can get this, and now I do have teleporting, but I'm going through this just to illustrate. You want boarding for these? Especially on ruins, because it's, like, there's a good chance that you just won't be able to get the slave container if you don't have boarding. So you really want to have it. Flux Priest, that is not great. Yeah. And you can just take your time with these. There's no armaments pressuring you, so you can just kind of sit here, relax, enjoy the show. I'm gonna shoot their sensors so I can see stuff. Oh, I should put ghouls on my ship. I think I still will. Alright. Let's put you here. And, yeah, let's go up there. Okay. Yeah, Flux Priest, you can go repair that. Usually these guys don't have O2. But, in this case they did. Like, this can start. Well, it can start damage, it doesn't always. Alright, let's teleport here and teleport here. Grab both. Alright, and then summon ghouls here, and then Flux Priest, you go over there. I'll assign him a position once I get everything done with. On this event. Alright, ghouls go! Do your job. Which is, kill stuff and repair stuff. Okay. Neat. Please repair that. Okay, well. Just me. Just me, look. Oh, Hound. You are very close to dying. I kind of want to kill this Hound if I could, but I can't, so. The reason is the Hound just respawns, so may as well get all his HP back when he's at literally less than 1 HP. I forget which one's the best here. I know this one isn't good compared to the other two. I remember looking at it in a Recal's little event thing where you can look at all the events in the game and just see their outcomes. But, and also for context, Recal's someone on the Discord server who makes useful tools for a lot of us. It's in the Strategic Council on the Discord if you're interested in the pinned. Alright. I'm going to assist the technical. I think that one's the best. I don't remember though. Alright, let's board these two guys into shields. Ah. Hello, Warbringer. Would you like to get drain strength? You want to go here and save. Alright. Let's put all 6 into armaments. I do not want to risk this firing, so I'm not going to try to risk it. I'm going to put all my available firepower into disrupting it. Now I can kind of spread it out this time because it is disabled. Less pressure. Alright, and then I'll death bolt this likely. Drain strength that, and then I can move these two guys in. And while you won't do a lot of DPS against the skeleton, you'll do enough. He won't kill you. And there's poison in that room because of the bloat mite. So, y'all can repair that. Yeah, that's not good. You move back down. Oh, there's guys in engines too. Let's take... Oh, but you have the heavy translocator. So, let's move Witch back. And Hound... What is the Hound doing? You're supposed to go kill stuff, but you're not. Because you're not doing what I want you to do. Alright. Well... How do I want to go about this? Let's put some ghouls in here just to try to help out. And then try to cast Noxious Dead here. Vent the engines and Missile Bay. And you got stunned, so you're gonna... Oh, that's not good. You're just guaranteed to disable my shield charger because Count technically counts as crew. Okay, well, you two go do combat here. And... Fire, fire, double fire, that. Which is about to go pop off by killing absolutely everything, except one thing. You path out, I won't need shield charger anymore. Or at least I shouldn't. You man it. Ooh. Oh, that's not great. Okay, well... Strange strength weapons and then just go into their board. This is what I'm talking about. This is a nice fight. Alright, now that we have weapons disabled, we'll recall, and this should be... No! O2 is not back yet. Okay, now it should be. Nope. Yes? Nope. Can you be back yet? Is there a breach in here? There has to. Okay, that's why. Please power. Alright. Death Bolt here, that should get some nice system damage. Alright, you path away. There's like one crew on this ship. That's why he's not pathing to these goals, because he's low HP. Alright. Is O2 back now, finally? Holy, it took too long. Heavy ion lance. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Okay. Definitely replacing Penetrator with that. Partly because I was never powering it in the first place. Whereas Heavy Ion Lance I don't need to power to use it. Alright. Let us move on. Alright. You go in there. And you kill that thrall. They'll die, and then I'll just kill this thrall like that. And I'll just teleport him so I can immediately support the Hound. And grab speeder. Okay. That's like a workable weapon. It's not good, it's not bad. What I should do is put it on Marshall, though, because you have better stats. And you're also always boarding, so you should always have a weapon. Well, you're not always boarding, because I can solo board, but you're normally boarding. That's probably the better way of putting it. Alright, Strange Strength is Fiend, so they can actually just... They can win that exchange rather than lose it. Then, let's go here into weapons, disable this pretty quickly, and then Death Bolt. Get some nice damage, recall. Now, this is a relatively empty ship. There's still one guy left, but I'm not too threatened by it. Which will go do the combat now. Let's spread out all my damage. Flex Freeze, don't do that. Thank you. Alright, we got Fiend. Like, this fiend should die relatively soon. Like, I don't imagine him living another cast of my summoners, ghouls. Alright, and let's put it into that room. I want to kill that fiend. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good. I don't want that hound to die. Hound died again in a pretty crucial room. And I got stunned. Ugh. I'll take the scrap. Husk was pretty decent there. I do want a little bit more crew, but I don't need that much more. Ooh, I want to gamble my flux capacitors. Or I could get a servo excavator. I don't have another machine priest. So that means I don't get machine priest events anymore because servo husk isn't a machine priest. But servo husk is servo husk at the end of the day. And I could use him as the heavy translocator user. Yeah, I think I'll do it. Okay. Well. No more free power into my engines. But I do get you. Neat. And you'll also be better into boarding possessed. So, that's nice. Nod. That is actually saying yes. Shake your head as no. If you're confused by that event. Alright. I like this boarding team. It's not too strong. It's not too weak either. It's very tanky, but it's not a good DPS. Extinguish the colony's light for good. Alright. Strange strength. You'll put that out normally. You're not fire resistant, but it's okay. Same with that. I don't really care enough. That is a lot of stuff. Let's give you those. You can have the Warbringer. I know you're the pilot, but it's fine. And actually, hold on. Let's give you the fusion charge because you're pretty close. And I'll just keep the Warbringer in my inventory for now. I don't want to risk it. Getting lost to something dumb. Okay, let's take these two guys out and board into... Oh, I was hoping I'd disrupt that. Let's board into shields. Disable that, and then I can put 2 into the heart. And then I'll probably put everything else into weapon. No, I'm gonna spread it between Demonic Heart, Missile Bay, and weapons. I'm gonna put the Retributor 2 there because I want that disabled as quickly as I can, ideally, but it won't hit in time. Yeah, there's no way. Alright, repair that. Now I'll put the Retributor 2 there, and then I'll spread it out again, like so. Power up the Acid Missile again. I haven't used Acid Missile, like, at all this run. It's just I haven't needed to. And I really should use some of my munitions, but, like, I don't need to. With a lot of these fights, and the fights that I do, it gets disabled. Although there's probably a prior run where it didn't get disabled and I just wasn't using it out of kind of habit at this point. Alright. Because I tend to not use it unless if I like desperately need damage. If I see a way without it, I'll tend to not use it. Alright, let's drain strength Necrolurch. Now, I did kind of note how earlier it was a bit worse to do that with your actual borders, and it still is. But I wanted to get it low enough HP so that on the first board with the ghouls, the ghouls would actually, you know, kill it. I did fire through shield charger there just to get a little bit of damage. Oh, is the Necrolurch running? Oh, that's insane. Oh, yeah, Necrolurch died. There we go. Fire everything into shield so I want it disabled. There we go. Bonk, bonk. And I'm gonna let everything into the engines so I can death bolt it, and then it all dies. That's 2 Greater Corpulence. That's actually relatively tanky because of the poison heal, but just completely circumventing that with death bolt is really nice. Death bolt is very impactful on Greater Corpulence because Greater Corpulent can be very hard to kill usually, but with death bolt you just don't have to worry about it at all. I'm not gonna get either of these. I don't want too much good crew. Alright. I guess I'll get Assault Sledge. I have a lot of scrap and I want a weapon. But it's a terrible weapon. So it's like, okay. I'll get the Servo Husk just for some crew. And then, actually, I'll put you on shields and then give you that. Actually, I'll just buy another one, just to make it 2. Give him a stack. Alright. That's not good. I want this Hound to die, actually. It'll be worse if the Bloat Knights die in there. And maybe the Bloat Knight will even just run. Wait, hold on, I could... get there? Okay. Well, I'll just Chaos Engine them over. And then you all will go repair. I won't cast my summons. And you go back. Then you board into shields, and I will get infinite damage. Alright, recall. No need to be on the ship anymore. And let's cast ghouls into sensors because, you know, there's breaches in there, so I may as well just repair it for free. Ow. That's not great. I'll do the same thing there. I should be able to kill them with the salvo. Yeah, so I can just let the ghouls do the rest. Fusillade, that's good scrap at the end of the day, so... Neat. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait this out, let the ghouls do everything. No reason to do otherwise. Well, the reason would be time just time. This takes a while to do. Alright. Move on. It is only Sector 4 too. It's shaping up to be a pretty good run. But like, yeah, just like a good run. Drain strength. Taking a lot of damage here, so I'm gonna recall now. Let's heavy ion lance this. 20% evasion with shield charger is not something I want to contend with. Like, I may be able to penetrate it, but I doubt it, so I'll just use it there. Should I get one more power just to have heavy ion lance on? That might be worth it. Not needed for this fight, obviously, but would be good. Yeah, I think I'll do it. It's not too expensive. I do want systems desperately. Agree to transport. Oh, I mashed through that. I should have read the second bit. I think you can save a Flex Priest there some portion of the time. Not always, but sometimes. So, kind of missed out on a potential Flex Priest. I think I did the option where I always don't rescue him, which is fine. Like, there are negative consequences to trying to rescue the Flex Priest. You'll take, like, a ton of crew damage, and that could have cucked me in this way with these 2 crew members here. Alright, now we shield charger. You move out. I need your HP. Alright. They don't have any moving crew, well, moving crew that will actually move to try to kill this stuff, so the school will get some good value if I didn't outright kill them. Alright. I'll get one more power. Just so I don't have to do micro with shield charger anymore. Death Cult. Both of those are pretty identical. Blood Cult, Death Cult. It's just down to what enemies you are going to be fighting. And Blood Cult is probably more annoying with Blood Knights at this point in the game. But it's not that bad. I thought I lost him for a second. I was going to be like really upset. But only injured. That's fine. I'm not going to go Bone Shrine. Don't really need it. Prefer a Machine Shrine. Alright. Alrighty. Let's wait. Do I want to micro anything? Not yet. Alright, it's Death Bolt. That'll be good. Okay, move up. Oop, nope. Kill this guy. Then move up. And in. So there's 2 crew on their ship. What tells me that is this guy isn't pathing to kill my crew. There should be another. And I think he's in weapons now? I didn't see doors move though. Okay, yeah, he is. Because I wasn't looking at the doors. Oh, took a little hull damage there. Sad. Okay. Move on. Yeah, this should be pretty clean cut. Yeah. Got 3 crew in there. Oop, swap. Come here, swap. Alright. Do you want healing? Oh, why don't you have systems? That would have been good pathing otherwise. Actually, it would have been pretty poor. No, it's still double shop. It's fine. But I'm gonna go bottom shop. There's a better chance of getting healing here than the other shop, so I'm gonna go for it. No healing though. Never said it was a high chance. Sell that. Won't use it. What weapons do I have? This is better than Assault Sledge. By a long shot. But I do get door break speed from it. I think I'll do it instead of Grab Spear. Which is weird. I don't have Graviton though, so Grab Spear might be better. No, Grab Spear only affects 1 crew at a time. Which is sad. If it like kind of targeted all of the crew like a little bit to give them all the effect and then targeted 1 crew, it'd actually be pretty nice. But it doesn't. I'll get the Cyber Priest for Tech Priest, and you know, Positron Barrier is always really nice. Makes your systems immune for 20 seconds, and it has a 20-second cooldown with a 1-second cast, so you have 1 second where you can take damage, which is not a lot of time for them to do damage to a system. Alright, let's get hull here. I'll get full value. And I'm gonna board Missile Bay here, I think. No, I'm gonna board shields. And heavy ion lance. If it doesn't hit, I'll continue boarding. If it does, I will just shoot everything here. And then trade shrink this recall. I want this. I don't want my summoners on my first page anymore. I'm not using them consistently because I don't really want to. Although I will use them here. They are good enough for it. And I will teleport here. Oh, I misclicked. Okay. I was going to teleport into doors and then it would have depowered it by 1 and I would be able to interrupt both, but... And I still will, it'll just take a bit longer. Positron did get some value there if I wasn't wrong. Which is neat. Another... Damn. No, I'm gonna throw this acid. Oh my gosh, stop doing that. Both fires in that room, that's convenient. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that's a fine room to get it in. I'm not really caring about. Death Bolt, nuts. Positron. Interrupt. Recall really quickly. There could be a fire on their ship that could just blow it up at any second. I don't think so. There's enough crew on that ship, I think they would put it out before that would happen, but there's a chance, so it is inherently risky. Healing. I'll take that, actually. I do want healing for the boss fight, because my boarding isn't, like, so good that, I can just forego it. Like, if I get Doom Engine, I'll want it. Hail them, attack the slaver. No slave container, sad. Look at that. Storm cannon already. You don't see that one often. You want to go down. Why are you so slow? You just have half the move speed effect. Okay. Hey, Combat Husk. You do always get a crew member from this event. It's just a matter of, like, it's scripted. And it's random at the end of this one. Oh, you're kidding me. I can't. You can have it, and then Graph Sphere will go on to you. And once this guy heals up next jump, I will swap out his Chaos Armor. Let's put him here and then put you on the engines. No, swap these two. Nope, no. Keep it like that. Because if I put Husk here, he's pretty prone to dying. Although I do have the Chaos Engine right next to it, that's not guaranteed. If, like, I get multiple boarding instances, then anything can happen. Alright. Let's Death Bolt that, so I can interrupt it, so he actually goes into this room, so it dies. Yeah. Alright, now that you have enough HP, you have now 6 HP, and then Combat Husk can have it to bring him up to 70. Alright. Systems, yeah. I want systems. There's a lot of systems I benefit from, so, like, there's healing. There's Pulv. I'll get Pulv, and I'll put it on you. Wait, hold on. I should put this on the Combat Husk, because you have base 4. Interestingly, I could swap out Servo Excavator for Imperial Marshal, but my HP gets cucked if I do that. Siege Beam, go here. I'll get Auto Surgeon, I'll put it there for healing. And let's get it level 2, and then upgrade doors as well. Doors will be useful into any of the bosses, so it's always worth it to upgrade it. In fact, I'll just max it out here, because against all 3 of the bosses, you always want maxed out doors, so yep. Always worth it to do it. Psychic Shriek, that's good. I'll put it on you. Get some extra boarding support. Actually really good. Now we're kind of getting into Death Ball territory. Like, this boarding is very, very strong, but it isn't strong enough to stay Death Ball, I don't think yet. I don't know, it kind of depends. They have to be all in the same room. Otherwise, this doesn't really work. Alright, I'm gonna make the Husk put this out manually. He'll take a lot of HP damage doing it, but It will be fine. I did that poorly. And the heavy iron lance missed too. Yeah. That sucks. Let's put an acid into their shields, and then positron again. Put out this fire manually. I do still want purify. That is something I need to find. Alright, and then drain strength. Try to absorb that. No fires in sensor, so I can just go repair that normally. Terror into here to stall out the repairs. And fire everything into armaments. That should interrupt their cast as well. Oh, there's a lot of poison in here. I don't know how I didn't notice that. Yeah, just heal through it. Oh, that's suffocation. That's even worse. You go here. It doesn't matter what I shoot at. Okay, you put out that fire for a long time. Did it, like, get put out and then respread into the room or something? I wouldn't be surprised if it did that, but I wasn't paying attention to it. Or rather close attention. I just knew there was fire. I do have heat shielding. It's cool. Doom engine. Okay. Not bad. That'll be fun. Hull Reaper. Yeah, let's just put it there. And then upgrade it. Get it power. Upgrade Siege Beam. Give it power. Get level 3 engine so I can micro this. Yep. Nothing else is great there. Yeah, no. Let's move on. Well, who do I want to give that to? Because I'm not going to sell it out of the principle that I bought it, so I won't sell it. But it's probably best to sell it. It's not good. But hey, DPS is DPS. It'll probably be more valuable than selling it, to be honest. Alright, positron into my weapons. Alright, it's recall. And use that. I had to run through the room. I did that pretty poorly. And that got ioned. It's not great, but it's not end of the world. I'll just, oh, did the ion lance missed it again? Damn. Alright, well, at least you can absorb it that time. And hopefully Lance hits this time. Yeah, there we go. And Hull Reaper, get some hull back. That'll be nice. Then Terror into weapons, I don't want them getting that back on. Because my armaments will be off and cool down in time to kill them. And they don't have evasion, so that'll be fine. I just don't want them to fire. Okay. Heavy translocator. Another one. Sure. I'm gonna take the hull here. It's only 9 hull getting keeled instead of 10. But I'm not guaranteed 9 hull repair here. The minimum is 8. So getting the hull repair there means that I have a better chance of going into the boss at full hull. So therefore I should do that. You'll put that at normally, you'll be fine. Yeah, this is kind of death volley. On Doom Engine should be hard enough where the boarding will maybe require a second reboard, but I'm not certain. Like, do I have enough boarding support to take Doom Engine in one board? I should. This feels like I should, but I don't know. Let's get all of them, and then Terror here. And then death there gets the most value. Then drain here, because both of the weaker crew are in this room. So just taking less damage on them is always going to be good. Who has pull? Not you. You, right? Yeah. I wanted to move them up when Pulverizer would have been active. I really want to get... Oh, that's too risky. That was close. Way too close. Yeah, no. Goes without saying, but just don't make risky plays. If you don't need to. I should definitely have recalled earlier there. And stopped messing around with my crew. Let's acid missile there. Get some, a little bit, disable one of their shields and then fire. Oh, don't want that there. And then we can fire most of this into shields. And then the rest goes elsewhere. Alright, shield charger. Please. Alright, and then we can drain and psychic. The same room. I'm not gonna board, so. And then just, I guess Death Bolt the same room. There wasn't really a better room to Death Bolt. And then we do 2 damage there. Acid missile it. Nice. I could board at this point and kill them. But I think I'm gonna try to do this with armaments. Alright, yeah, there we go. Just so I don't have to exchange some of my crew's HP for it. Although, I don't really need to conserve it that badly when I have this shop here. A Hex Priest, that's amazing. Always buy that. And let's get another. Oh, I can't get another Psychic Shriek unless if I saw that. Another Heavy Translocator. Stop it. I don't know what is with these runs being lucky. Because even in my other run that I did, that I mentioned earlier, I got a... yeah, no, I got Heavy Translocator as well in that. So, I don't know what it is, but Heavy Translocator seems weirdly common. Same with like either Heavy Translocator or Etheric Gate. Or Dark Matter Prisms through Thrice Cursed Reliquary. Like, the chances are you'll find that at some point throughout a run. And if you don't, there are strategies that you can use on Launch Bay that can be pretty consistent. Same with Chaos Rift. Like, there's a lot of ways to make those things work if you need it to. Let's put that into... Ooh, no. Let's put it into Shield Charger so I get a buffer. That's useful on Doom Engine. Right. Put that there. You'll have the whole repair patches. I don't need these healing drones that badly, but, you know, it would be nice. No Purify, but that'll be fine. Where's NG? NG goes here. And Hex Priest is gonna go... you're gonna go shields and you'll go weapons because it's a 1x2. That is a weakness of the ship. 1x2 weapons isn't great. But I find it to be okay. Usually you're focusing on boarding anyway, so like, as long as your shields doesn't take egregious amount of damage, sorry, your weapons doesn't take an egregious amount of damage, you'll be fine. Like, it's not great, but it's not terrible, because the systems that you care about getting repaired are usually the defensive ones. Because if the offensive ones get disabled, you're usually slowed down, but you more often than not have boarding to compensate. Whereas if your defenses get destroyed, it can then destroy your offenses and, like... Okay. So it's a bit weird, because if your defenses get destroyed, you'll have your offenses to compensate, along with warding, to try to like get something to work there to null their damage. But if your offenses get destroyed, you still have defenses to stall out their offenses so that you can repair it. So it's like two sides of the coin, and defenses getting destroyed is a lot worse, because there's a decent chance that they'll be able to fire at your weapons as well as your shields and like disable both of those, and then you're just completely destroyed. Whereas if it's just like shoots, it like disables like weapons, it's more or less likely to disable shields with something subsequent. If it happens at the same time, then you know it happens. But I'm more so saying this for like subsequent occurrences. Alright, let's default that. I don't want you to actually do anything. And use this on there. I don't want that actually to cast. Let's Siege Beam activate here. Doing really good here, but I don't have stun, which means that the boarding is... Oh, no, interrupt. No, I couldn't interrupt because of Graviton. Damn. You did get damaged, which is kind of fine. Don't really care that much. Because I'll be able to repair it later, and I don't need to use it right now, because I don't really need hull. Alright, fire all these. Alright, and then I want to board here a little longer, and then I want to recall. No, I want these guys to repair this. Yeah, one's repairing. Okay, that's why I cast the ghouls there, so I could repair it. Alright. I don't think I killed everything on their ship, so we should be fine. Alright. Let's... Alright. And then... Fine. Grab both of them, like that. And then when they meet, and then I can just do this. Oh, hold on. I need to move you out. Alright, now I need to do it again. So you go back, you go forward. Alright, now grab both, and then I can... Hello? Okay, yeah. Grab both. I'm gonna use both power and shield. Usually use this for a shield buffer, but on Doom Engine, specifically, you can use both, because the cooldown is long enough where you don't have to care. And the Ion's not going to fire, so I won't miss my shield macro. Oh, it did take a little damage there. That's not great. Nice. Okay, we're good. And let's fire Hull Reaper. That'll trigger the phase change. And this is going to have some charge in it. Ooh, everything's in here. Okay. Let's run over there with both of these guys. Actually, let's run... Oh, no. No. You're staying. And... Deathbolt. Try to support them. They're both in shields, which isn't good. Yeah, what do you have? Warbringer? I could put this on my own ship for anti-boarding, but I'm gonna put this on their ship here. Maybe I should have separated it out. I didn't. It's fine. Hounds go there. Help them out. Go back. Hex Priest go over. I want to put some more ghouls on my no, I don't. I want to put it on their ship. Okay. And let that pass. That could have been very bad. Oh, this Warbringer is going to kill their Puff. I should have maybe thought that a bit more. I don't know if that's good anymore. Okay, well, we'll kill these two in here at the end of the day, which that in and of itself is good. Okay, so they have this caster here, which is... Okay, that's good. Alright. I want you up. No, I want you... Once the graviton ends, I'm gonna heal this. And then I will... I'm not gonna repair drone this yet. I don't need to, until I need to fire it. So I'll just move them normally. And then move these guys back. And then I'll try to maybe bring this guy along, instead of, like, I don't know, Borg. So I can fusion charge this and then heavy ion lance it. That's the idea. Alright, I'm gonna use one power into shield charger and do that. This time I think I want the cooldown. So I can hit this maybe. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, alright. You... Oh, no, you're the border. You're... Yeah, actually, yeah, it's fine. You're gonna leave him behind. I'll leave Commander behind, and then... Fusion Charge, Lance... One Ion and Shields isn't great. Okay, well. 4 shots into Shields, and then 2 into that. Oh, Positron, please. Oh, you're not hitting that. Might have caught the last one, but I don't know. It's Hull Reaper. I'll probably trigger phase 3 anytime, any second now. Yep, there we go. Alrighty. That is not good. This is fine. This is okay as well. But yeah, losing Hull Reaper sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna drain there. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna have to kill those and just accept that Hull Reaper's not coming back. I don't want this to go in the shields and then like double eye on it potentially. So I'm just gonna sacrifice Hull Reaper for what's likely to be the rest of the fight. I imagine I'll kill them quick enough. And let's... Alright, power that, may as well. And... I don't know, I'll put that there. This is a Soul Spear cast if I'm not wrong, so it's not too threatening. Alright. Yep, alright, there we go. That is Doom Engine. Let's see the scrap. I imagine the scrap's like, okay. Oh, low scrap. Okay. Yeah. 1293. That's a bit below average. Yeah. That'll be it. See ya.